Hi, my name is Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker. It's review day! Today we're reviewing the Steep Country Knife by Benchmade. Is this one of the better basic fixed blade hunting knives? Let's find out. The Benchmade Steep Country Knife. I love this particular knife as a fixed blade knife. The rubberization on the handle is super nice. The S30V steel is incredible. The jimping, the finger grooves or notches in the back are excellent. And the gripability is pretty much bar none. So let me show you the different aspects of this knife and why I like it as a particular fixed blade or sheath knife. So very first of all, it's not a very long knife. Just to give you an idea, if I grip it in my hand, you can see just about how big it is. It's actually not that big. Now let's compare that versus your classic kitchen knife here. All of a sudden, next to a Hinkle chef's knife, this thing looks like a toy. Believe me, it's not. That S30V steel will slice through just about anything. Now, let me give you an idea of just how long this knife is. I will bring up my handy dandy tape measure here so you can see, measured from the tip of the knife down to the bottom. What do you got, about 7.5 inches there, not too shabby. Thickness wise, it's just over maybe 5/8 of an inch, not too thick. The blade is the classic, about 1/8 of an inch thick. It's actually a pretty solid knife. It's definitely not these aren't inexpensive at all. There's a link below to Amazon. You can click on the link and go check this particular knife out. So even if you aren't into hunting, maybe you like to do fishing, or maybe you want a really good knife with extremely good grip. Boy, I don't know. This series of Benchmade knives is really hard to beat. The rubberization on here is incredible. You can see here, it's got these little ribs here that prevent pretty much any slippage. And the back of the knife, the tang, goes all the way through the handle. The rubberization just pretty much wraps onto the blade. Now, one of the things about Benchmade is they do have a lifetime warranty, so as you use your knife a lot, maybe you work on it, you might eventually snag or damage this rubber. You can send it into Benchmade. I'm not speaking for Benchmade, but their lifetime warranty promises that if there are any manufacturing defects, you can send your knife back, they will fix it, they will send it back to you, no questions asked. So that's really nice. Also, just to let you know, I don't receive any financial compensation for Benchmade or any of the other products that I review on my channel. I just bring these to you to share my experiences with products I've used that it might be valuable to you. So check it out, check out the link below. And also, if you've got a chance, just subscribe to my channel. That way you can keep up on being inspired, seeing what's going on. I've got videos about backpacking and adventure and travel and inspiration and products, and let's see, what else do I do? Reviews, yeah, quite a bit of stuff. So I try and keep the channel variety up pretty high here. So let's get back to this. If nothing else, Benchmade, their little symbol is a cute little butterfly. So I love the little butterfly on a big beast of a knife. Now you can look at the back of the blade, the spine of this knife, and it is thick. I mean, it is a solid knife. If you look end on, this is basically a flat ground knife. It is not concave at all as far as I can tell. And what that does is that keeps the knife stronger and stiffer for when you're cutting things, or if you need to cut meat off bones or whatever you need to do. So that is very handy. I've got other blades where they're steeply concave, then it allows you to keep a sharper edge. However, they can get broken or damaged or dull quicker. Now that said, damaging a knife, generally it doesn't happen. You say, oh, and I damaged my knife. All right, 2 ways generally you can damage this type of knife. One is by prying with it. Believe me, a knife is the worst and most expensive pry bar you will own in your life. A fixed blade knife is not meant to stab and pry in anything. You just don't do it. Unless you like buying new knives, breaking on the tip, believe me, just don't do it and life will be good. The one thing about the back of this guy, when you're holding it, I guess if it was like -20 or -30 and you're holding the back of the knife with a bare hand, your hand on that steel, it could be a little bit cold. Chances are you're going to be using some sort of glove or whatnot if you're using this, but this is really a great field knife. Also, it's got a lanyard hole, or you could put some 550 paracord through this thing, so if you want to hang it. Now, this guy also comes with a nice sheath. It's got a leather belt loop here, a leather hanger, and then a Kydex sheath. So let me show you how well that goes in there. It clicks in, classic snap, boom. So there you go. And you can put that on your belt. Let me show you what it looks like, kind of sized on your belt there. That's about how big it is on your body. I mean, it's not sizable at all. So if you want to walk around in the woods, or if you're hunting or doing whatever, or even if you just want an excellent knife just for, like, hey, if I want to get one fixed blade knife, what do I want to get? This isn't too huge, it's not absurd, it's definitely not threatening, but it gets the job done. Also, you can see the Benchmade box here. This is their hunt series, so the Benchmade, you know, the Benchmade Steep Country Knife. It comes in this very nice box. Not that you care about the box, but just to show you, it's not quite an iPhone experience, but they've got a little clean and lubricate information in there. The blade is also that S30V steel, is actually an exotic powder steel. It does not come from bar stock. It's actually blended and mixed, so it actually retains the edge longer. It's much more corrosion resistant. Just because your knife is stainless steel does not mean it can resist rust all the time, especially if you're in a saltwater environment. Even though S30V is really, really good, I've used this fishing, no problem. You do want to make sure to clean it because except for one or two types of steel, saltwater still just wrecks everything. So let me show you how well this guy handles, just to give you an idea here, and also how heavy the blade is. Got a few things going here. Let me turn on my handy dandy scale, and I will show you just how much the knife weighs. Boom. There we go. Okay, so this knife weighs 3.7 ounces. It's actually really light. It's actually much lighter than my regular everyday carry. Just to give you an idea, this zero tolerance hinder here is 5.2 ounces. So even though this knife looks much larger, it's actually quite a bit lighter, 3.7, 3.8. If you put this with the sheath, let me zoom out. I'll carefully not cut my hand open on the video because then I will have to stop it. Put a Band-Aid on, that's no good. So completely loaded, sheath, knife, and everything is 5.7 ounces. Compare that to my hinder, 5.2 ounces. So you get a very large knife for about the same weight. Now I'll give you an idea of the blade size here. There you go. All right. Zero tolerance here, Benchmade here. So this is a sizable knife in the pocket realm, but is very effective in the other realm. So let me zoom out here, and I'll show you just how well this guy cuts without a problem. Let me put my knife in my pocket so I don't have a mistake. And we will come over here and we'll see the cardboard cut. All right, so we can get a little bit adjusted there. All right, cardboard cutting is always terrible on knives, but that's why I use a box cutter to cut cardboard. Let's see, you can't really see that, can you? Let me come over here and be very careful about my knife so I don't hack my hand. All right, I'll cut away from myself. Where is the blade? There, there you go. So shoot, boom, slice, done. Easy, cuts through that cardboard like nothing. Good cut there. To give you an idea, does it punch through plastic without any problems? I would think so. Here's a previous hole I punched in here, so we're going to push the blade against the side of this container. Push, and man, that just goes through. Boom. just like that. Check it out. That guy sliced through that plastic without even any particular pressure. I suppose the one disadvantage when you're pulling this back out, should you use it to stab something, is the jimping does hang up a bit, but that's not that big a deal. So this Benchmade Steep Country Knife, I love it. I've used it before. I had to say nothing but good love about it. I suppose the only down thing if it's really cold, the steel on your hand's going to be cold. But if it's that cold, chances are you're wearing gloves. So I can't recommend this knife well enough. I've used it quite a few times. Just put this on the belt loop, walk around, and you've got a very good sheath knife for camping, traveling around, or whatever. Of course, you can't fly with the knife, but that's a whole other matter. Highly recommend this guy. So the Benchmade Steep Country Knife, definitely a winner. Links below to this to Amazon so you can go check it out and maybe get your own. My name is Aaron Linsdau. I am a polar explorer and motivational speaker. Please like and comment on my video. If you want to see where the comments are, just hit that little arrow next to the video. It'll expand out and you can see the links and everything. Scroll to the bottom, add a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscribe button and the little bell dingy, and you'll get an email when I update my videos, so that we can keep up on reviews and everything. And then please support my channel on Venmo, PayPal, and Patreon. Thank you very much for watching.